treadmilltrainer.com. And I know you're probably thinking right now, you're thinking, wow, that is a bright shirt. And yes, it is. Well, you know, my excuse is that maybe we haven't had as much sun as I'd like, so I'm trying to brighten up my day, maybe brighten up your day. Anyways, I'm putting together a series of really cool running videos to help you become a better runner. And we've got some really cool programs coming out in a little while, and I want to give you kind of an introductory look at what are some of the biggest obstacles holding people back from achieving, you know, the running goals that they want to achieve. Whether that be, you know, running a 5K, a 10K, running faster, being able to, you know, run longer, improving the aerobic endurance, or it could also be a weight loss thing. A lot of people like to run for weight loss purposes, and that's totally fine as well. So I put together this really cool video today. Take a few minutes, sit down, grab a tea, grab some water, grab a green juice, whatever, and enjoy the video. And by all means, you know, leave comments and let me know what you think afterwards. So make yourself at home, and let's get started.
Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you a couple things. First off, I'm going to show you why it's important to follow a properly designed running program. And in line with that, I'm also going to show you why it's tough to get great running results or weight loss or fat loss results on your own. And then finally, we're going to look at a special type of training, which I believe is the ultimate way to reaching your running goals in less time. Actually, in fact, it's not only what I believe, it's actually what science believes and what research has shown to believe is the best method of training. So I'm excited. I hope you are as well. Let's get started. But first, let me ask you, who do you know that might hop onto the treadmill without knowing exactly what to do? They just, they get on the treadmill, they press quick start, and they just kind of go for a run or a light jog, or even watching. Maybe they're watching TV, maybe they're, God forbid, they're reading a magazine or a book while they're on the treadmill, and I've seen this before. They just get so, again, they don't know what to do, and that's totally fine. There are a lot of people like that. But again, do you know anyone like that? Or how about the person who, gets their shoes on and is ready to go, and they start running. They start running without an end goal. They don't really know what they're running for. They don't necessarily have a goal that they're training for, whether it be a 5K or trying to, meet a certain distance under a certain time or maintain a certain pace. They just kind of go for a jog or go for a run. And sometimes that's okay, but really to achieve the results that you want to achieve, you need to have a destination. So do you know anyone who runs without a goal? Now, let's not forget about this one. This is a common scenario that I've seen thousands of times over among a lot of different people, runners, exercisers, high-level athletes. Here's the thing. A lot of people give up. A lot of people quit because they feel, for instance, too tired during their runs, right? So they, when the going gets tough, they kind of bring it down and they say, you know what, I'm not feeling it today. So they kind of quit the run. They don't really feel like putting that extra little effort in. Or maybe they're too bored. Maybe they just give up because they're too bored with their runs. They're doing the same runs over and over again. And I would be the first person to fall into this category. When I do the same thing over and over again, I get bored very quickly. Or how about the person who gets frustrated because they're just not getting the results they want from the runs? Maybe they want to lose weight and they're not losing weight quickly enough, or to the degree that they thought they would with their runs. Or maybe they haven't achieved the pace or the times that they're looking to achieve with the runs that they're doing. Right? Do you know anyone like that who could fall into those categories? Well, this is one that I like. Not that I like it, but I just find it's maybe it's more the picture, I guess, than anything. It's the person who does the same runs. I guess we just talked about this. The person who does the same runs over and over and over again, expecting different results, right? They're looking for, some miracle type of outcome from doing the same thing over and over and over again, the same the repetitive stuff. And as this picture kind of shows, it's almost like a circus act. It's like a hamster running on a wheel. And again, it's an obstacle because a lot of people just don't know what to do. And that's totally fine. That's why I'm here to help you to overcome the question of, what do I do? How do I change up my runs? Instead of doing the same thing over and over again, how can I add some variety and spice to my workouts? But all I can say is this. I really hope that that person is not you. And what I mean by this is that those challenges and obstacles and those kind of scenarios that we've just seen, the people who do the same runs over and over again, who have no direction, who don't know what to do, who get frustrated, who get bored, I really hope that person is not you. But if it is, then I'm going to show you some simple solutions in the next part of this video.
Okay, so we've now covered a couple of the obstacles that are holding perhaps you back and many other runners around the world back from achieving their goals. And again, these are very common things that, thousands of our treadmill trainer clients have told me what their obstacles are, but also, working with other people, whether they be athletes or recreational runners, have expressed the same issues, being, bored of the same workouts, not having enough variety, needing that extra little push because they can't get it on their own. These are all common things to human beings because really we're all human beings, right? We all have the same concerns, and we all need the same kind of little strategies and tools to help us really bring the most out of ourselves. So we've covered the obstacles. Next, in our next little couple segments, we're going to look at why it's important to have a destination, right? It's important to look forward and have a goal to what we're looking towards. And so let's learn a little about that and let's continue our journey.
Alright, so imagine for a moment driving without a map or even a destination. So let's say you hop in your car, and I'm going to just use me as an example here. So I live in Toronto. I'm going to hop in my car and my destination is Ottawa. So I'm going to drive to the nation's capital, but I don't have a map, so I don't know how to get there. So does it really make sense for me to just kind of drive around and hope that I hit it, a la Christopher Columbus? Well, I don't think so. I'd probably waste several years out of my life. Well, let's say I had a map, but I didn't have a destination. So let's say I had a map of Ontario, and now I'm just driving. So I really have, sure, it'd be nice to have a little road trip, but I really have no destination, and I don't know where I'm going. I'm just driving with my map. So let's take this back to running and, working out in general. With your runs, do you have a destination? Do you know what you're looking to achieve? And we talked about this in the first part of this video with obstacles that people come up against with running. And one of the things, some of the things that keep them back from achieving their goals. You have to have a goal, right? You have to have a destination. Let's say your goal was to run a 5K in 25 minutes. Let's say that's your goal. The second part about this is now that we have a destination, now that we have our goal, do we know how to get there? Do we have the map? Do we have the roadmap to show us how to run that 5K in 25 minutes or less? If the answer is no, then we kind of need to use something. We need to use a properly designed running program, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, to show us how to get there. Because if we just try to do things on our own without much direction, how are we supposed to get to our destination? It's going to be a challenge, it's going to take more time, and there's going to be a lot more frustration, I can guarantee. So ask yourself, is this same scenario happening with your runs? Do you have a destination, and do you have a map to help you get there? If not, then we're going to look at some solutions very shortly.